What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with your boy Ike. And today we back with another reaction video. And today we reacting to the history of the Beatles. I'm trying to see how this great band came together. How this band became so great. The thing they did to get to the top of the mountain. I react to the Beatles so much. I react to their great songs, man. But I don't know really that much about the Beatles. But the only thing that I do know is that they're great. They're one of the best bands to ever live. That's all I know about. I can't keep sitting here reacting to them, listening to how great they is, but don't know how they came together. Without knowing the things that they did to get labeled one of the best bands of all time. So that's why I'm here reacting to the history of the Beatles. And I'm ready to get in this reaction, man, so that's just what we about to do. But before we do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because we is on the road to 27K. Hit that bell to be notified every time I drop another video. Follow me on the social medias. The link to the social medias is down in the description below. Make sure you join the channel membership to unlock exclusive access to the channel. And with all that being said, man, let's get into this reaction. Watch Mojo.
Hey, look at John, will ya?
What's the matter, John Love?
1995.
New and blue aminis have been sighted within
That was
the
my
vicinity
older brother
of
was
this
born.
theatre. There's only one way to go out. How's that? Singing!
1, 2, 3, ah!
They were the Fab Four. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're taking a look at the history of the Beatles.
The Beatles. 1962.
Rock band The Beatles.
Bro, they've been together since 1962. What? Look at this. This is black and white. But look at the quality of that camera. I don't know what that is. But they was together. They was rocking out. They still giving fans something to love.
Rock band The Beatles formed in 1960 in Liverpool, England. The group originally consisted of guitarist John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison, along with bassist Stu Sutcliffe and drummer Pete Best. Much of the group's early time was spent playing shows in Hamburg, Germany. McCartney then took on bass after Sutcliffe's 1961 departure, and they began recording as a backing band. After meeting their future manager Brian Epstein, the Beatles were signed to EMI's Parlophone label by producer George Martin in 1962.
Oh, they got
that
signed
same
fast,
year,
huh?
Ringo Starr replaced Best during their first
Oh, they got
recording
signed
session,
fast.
and the
Did you see
classic
it?
Beatles lineup was solidified.
Love, love me do. You know I love you.
All four members contributed vocals, but Lennon and McCartney's singing and songwriting partnership stood out. The group released 2 successful singles before their #1 1963 debut.
So John Lennon and Paul McCartney was the ones writing the song for the band. So they was the main songwriters. So they ain't really had people in the background writing songs for them. You see what I'm saying? They was doing it on their own. So that would really made them more authentic than anybody else. They was actually sitting down, right? Filling the songs together, filling the lyrics together, putting it all together to make one great song.
Love me do. You know I love you.
All four members contributed vocals, but Lennon and McCartney's singing and songwriting partnership stood out. The group released 2 successful singles before their #1 1963 debut, Please Please Me. And followed that with 2 more hits.
Hey.
As they toured the UK in 1963,
Beatles had the hits,
their
huh?
popularity generated frenzied fan
Oh, and he had the women. Look at
dubbed Beatlemania. That year, the foursome also released the chart-topping LP with the Beatles. Next came their first #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I Wanna Hold Your Hand, Go Crazy. But they had #1.
First #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
That song went crazy too. Yeah.
The song and their first 1964 appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show kickstarted the British invasion in
I
America.
reacted to that song too, so make sure you go check that out.
This is a song. Shut up while he's talking. Yes.
Screaming fans continued to pursue
Lord,
the
they
band
was
on their
storming. Like it was the capital.
Screaming fans continued to pursue the band on their international tour dates in 1964. The group also starred in the successful comedy A Hard Day's Night and released a popular soundtrack. That year also saw the
Bro, in my reaction, I don't mean to keep pausing, but in my reactions, I always see the Beatles did some things to keep you entertained when you're watching their music videos. And just look at this.
released a popular soundtrack.
Like what?
That year also saw the UK release of the #1 album, Beatles for Sale, and the US release of the chart-topping record, Beatles 65. The next year, their second film, Help, and a #1 soundtrack that featured the song Yesterday came out.
Oh, Yesterday went crazy too.
The Beatles recorded
Yesterday.
the
I'm right to that
folk
too,
rock
so make
LP
sure you go
Rubber
check that
Soul
out too.
amid growing tensions. That effort showcased
That
the
went
band's
crazy.
musical and lyrical progression and is often considered one of the greatest albums ever made.
You see what I'm saying? They be labeling the Beatles the greatest to ever do things. I don't just be talking. That's really be stuff I be hearing. They
In
really was labeled the
1966,
greatest.
controversy arose when Lennon commented on the band's popularity.
Are you burning your Beatles records? Yes, sir. I burn them.
For
You
what?
burned them all yourself? I've already burned them.
Despite this, the band continued to crank out hits.
Why you
also
burned the
kept
record?
popularity. In 1966, controversy
Go
arose
home,
when
Beatles.
Lennon commented on the band's popularity.
Are you burning your Beatles records? Yes, sir. I burn them. You burned them all yourself? I've already burned them.
Despite this, the band continued
know you really
to crank
great
out
when
hits.
you
They
live to
also
become the
topped
villain.
the charts with the psychedelic rock record Revolver, and this was another triumph. After their final tour came the 1967 record Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The effort's
Oh, they was
successful
on
mix
tour
of
after
musical
tour after
genres
tour.
and its use of varied instruments and sounds made it one of history's most important pop albums.
I ain't never hear that.
The Beatles' song All You Need
Heard
Is
the Yellow
Love premiered
Submarine,
next, and was followed by a meditation retreat in Bangor, Wales.
That was kind of stunning because we were off on this sort of finding the meaning of life, and there he was, dead.
Following the shocking death of Epstein, the Beatles released a successful psychedelic rock.
What? He died on his psychedelic trip?
The Beatles' song All You Need Is Love premiered next, and was followed by a meditation retreat in Bangor, Wales.
That
Smoking
was kind
weed
of
and doing
stunning because we were
shrooms?
off on this sort of finding the meaning of life, and there he was, dead.
Following the shocking death of Epstein, the Beatles released a successful psychedelic rock soundtrack to their poorly reviewed Magical Mystery Tour film. In 1968, the well-received animated movie Yellow Submarine
It's all in the mind.
Yeah, I
and
knew it, bro.
corresponding soundtrack
When I reacted to that song, I see, bro, it was like a movie or something. So it was. Y'all ain't tell me. That's crazy. I knew it. The animation was too fire.
In 1968, the well-received animated movie Yellow Submarine
It's all in the mind.
and corresponding soundtrack were followed by the Beatles'
Yeah, that
first
song went
single on
crazy,
their
bro.
label Apple Records.
And I like the video. The video was video fire. I like Hey Jude too.
After visiting the
I read that
Maharishi
too, so make sure you
Mahesh
check that
Yogi
out too.
in India that same year,
It was a bit of a phase, but he's still a nice fella and everybody's
Hey
fine. But
Jude.
we don't go out with him anymore.
the group released a self-titled LP commonly known as the White Album. Despite tension-filled recording sessions and Lennon's romantic fixation with Yoko Ono, the record topped the charts. Over the course of their 1969 recording sessions for the album Let It Be, the Beatles began to fall
Well, Let
apart.
It Be went
During
crazy,
this
too.
time, they made their final
I
live
read that too, so make
performance
sure you
on the
check that out,
rooftop
too.
of their recording studio.
I read that too, so make sure you can check that out too.
Unable to resolve their issues, the Beatles put Let It Be on hold and began work on Abbey Road. They released that album later in the year, and it became one of the group's most commercially successful efforts.
That too. I ain't gotta say it, y'all know to do.
Though it was recorded before Abbey Road, Let It Be was the band's final album release.
Oh, so that song was really about a girl. Bro, I said in that song, it sounded like it coming from the heart. I said that. I spoke them words when I was reacting to that video. Make sure you go check it out. So he really was talking about a girl. That's crazy. That's why these songs was so elite. That's why they gained so many fans, because they was singing how they really felt, bro. There was no rap cap in what they was doing.
Attracts me like no other lover.
Though it was recorded before Abbey Road, Let It Be
That's
was the
crazy,
band's
though.
final album release.
There will be an answer. Let it be.
Y'all know what to do.
It was finally released in 1970, along with an accompanying documentary.
I'll play, whatever you want me to play. Or I won't play.
Yeah, a
at all if
documentary.
you don't want me to play. No, whatever it is.
I gotta check that out. If I do, it's gonna be
By this
live.
point, both Lennon and
I'm not editing
McCartney
that
started
video.
releasing solo material.
Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time.
Oh, I ain't ever hit it.
Despite their subsequent breakup and the deaths of Lennon and Harrison, the band's popularity did not diminish with time. The members continued releasing solo albums, and many projects
song
were
with Mike?
released with and without
Oh, you
input
know I gotta
from
check
the
that
band.
out.
Let me take you down.
Some of the most
Feels
successful of
elite.
these included the Beatles anthology documentary and Cirque du Soleil's theatrical production, Love. The Beatles were artistic innovators who quickly achieved massive success. With their colossal pop culture
So
influence,
basically a girl
it is
broke 'em
without
up.
a doubt that their musical legacy will live on.
Don't smoke.
I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we pass the audition.
Man, the Beatles put to live on forever, man. But it's crazy that they just got into it all of a sudden, man. Then people started dying and things in that nature. And people started going solo. I ain't know Paul McCartney had a song with Michael Jackson. I'm about to react to that song. But it's crazy hearing the history of the Beatles, how they came about, how fast things took off for them. Because they was signed like this, bro. You know what I mean? That's on some Elvis stuff. That's crazy. I didn't even know at one point people was hating on the Beatles. Saying they ain't like the Beatles, telling the Beatles to go home. Saying they burning their album. For something Paul McCartney said about the band. That was crazy. They was the heroes long enough to become the villain. That's when you know you great, bro. That's when you know you surpassed everything. That's when you know you at the top of the top, bro, and nobody came past you. But a lot of these songs that they showed on here, man, I react to. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check them songs out. I have a Beatles playlist, so you just check the playlist. It's gonna be at the end of this video. So man, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you give it a fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel because it is on the road to 27K. Hit that bell to be notified every time I drop another video. Follow me on the social medias. The link to the social medias is down in the description below. Make sure you join the channel membership. Look like this right here. That's what it look like. So make sure you join so you get exclusive access to the channel and support your boy, because a lot of these videos are copyrighted, so I don't get paid for them. With all that being said, man, I'm see you in the next one. Peace.
Oh, he ain't up. I fuck with shots and I'm gonna bust. He can't put on that drip, he ain't one of us. How you ride in the Benz and a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I can pipe her up. They my last and my last, I know I can up.